Alright, I guess I don't need to type, I can talk. I should be live. Alright. I don't see it here. There we go. Nope, it's not it either. There we go. Nope, it's not it either. There we go. Hold on. I'm the wrong one. Nope, it's not it either. There we go. Hold on. I'm the wrong one. Nope, it's not it either. There we go. I keep hearing myself say the same thing over and over again. I'm the wrong one. Nope, it's not it either. Hold on 1 second. All right. Trying to get things set up. I guess I'm on the wrong broadcast here, but whatever. We'll get going here in a second. Alright, can y'all hear me? What's up, WTF gamers? Everything's kind of blurry, isn't it? Just me. It's going to switch to 1080. There we go. Looks good. Let's see if y'all can hear me. I think y'all can. Let me get some things open up. I had somebody make a suggestion last video. Let me get into doing that. If no one else has any suggestions, I'm going to jump over to Stratus. Hello, thanks for letting me know. I know I'll probably get some requests for live servers. If you can be a little specific on that, I don't have a life mission set up on this computer. Probably could, but I doubt y'all want to watch me do that. But I am taking requests on any scripts y'all want to see. We'll get started here in a second. Actually, you know what? Let's name the stream. Go ahead and save this. What we got? Set up a live server and add a bunch of random scripts. Maybe I'll do a video on setting up a live server, because I've gone through the basic setup of it myself, but doing it live, it may end up being a long, drawn-out process. It shouldn't be too hard. So all I gotta do is I already have an SQL server running, and I have the files here. But I don't know if that's what majority of people would want to watch, especially if I'm having troubles with it. It would be kind of a headache. A mining script, such as mining, what would you like to mine? Something like looking for minerals and stuff in the dirt, something like that. Let's go ahead and open up the mission folder. If y'all need to see anything on dedicated server, I can do that as well, because I know editing in single player and dedicated is two different animals. But we can always start in the editor, move it over to dedicated. Got to make some default files here that you need usually. Yeah, maybe find something in game. Doing models is going to require a mod, which I guess we could go that route if we had to. These blocks probably too big. Then we have to find an animation for it. We can do a little simple script. Make something started with that. Find a good mining place. Maybe right here. Let's just start with a marker. mining zone. We need animation. Alright, first thing we need is that to be done with an add action. So let's pop up here to the init player local. And let's get things started. Is everyone doing alright tonight? Or today, depending on where you're at? I'll do that. Let's go ahead and make that function. So we put that function inside an add action here, so we know it. This is, we know the parameters that it passes to any function or script that you call with it. The first is going to be the target. Next one is going to be the caller. And then the third parameter is the ID of the add action. And then the fourth parameter is the argument you pass. So let's call that arg. And we're going to need this to meet a certain condition. Right now we'll have that argument as nil for right now. Let's jump to the wiki real quick. If any code anybody wants, I can put up here on CodeShare and give it to you. Let's jump over here to the wiki. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Alright, that did not give me what I wanted. I'm doing here, I'm getting the parameter list of the add action, because I never remember all of them. I'm just going to pop this up here. So that's the script, that's the argument. And so the priority, this is if it shows up ahead of other ones or not. We can just use default on that. Let's just set it to 0. Show window, that's if you want it to show in the center of the screen or not. We want that. Hide on use, we'll go ahead and give that true. Shortcut, don't need one. Condition, we're going to get back to that. Radius, let's say 5, and unconscious, false. You cannot use it when you're unconscious. But the condition here, we're going to use a function call. Let's call it fn. This is called fn check. Yes, I do. I do paid scripting work. I don't know if any of you guys play Wasteland, but I recently installed that vast system in there. missions. They have Stratus and Tanoa. It's the trailer park server. I should go check it out if y'all haven't. And he works really hard to keep that server up. So if y'all like to donate to keep servers up, help him out. He does a real good job there. He has a real good community at the trailer park. I believe he has one of the, I believe his like top 30 servers. I'm not sure if that's just Wasteland or all together. Alright, I believe target is a parameter that this gives you. Target being the player. See, now on an add action you have a target, which is what the add action is, the object the add action is applied to, and you have the caller, which is the client, the person that calls the add action. Anytime you assign it to the player, these two are the same. Target and the caller is the same object or same entity. How much do I charge? It depends on what you want. I usually don't set a price on it. I just, whatever you think it's worth, I'll do it for you. And I'm not greedy. I enjoy doing it, and if you want to help me out, that's fine. And you don't have to, just whatever you think's fair. I do it for fun. I'm not. I don't. I enjoy doing it. So I mean, anything I get, it helps out. So, and you don't even have to pay till I'm done with it. I mean, if you're offering to pay, I mean, if you're not, if it's something I want to do and enjoy doing, I may not even charge. So. Alright, so FN check, we have not made that function yet. We have a simple one here. FN check. So this is either going to return true or false to let you know when this add action shows on the player. And this is the function that we're going to call when you hit this here. So what we need to do is, let's say we want to mine rocks. Instead of we won't use that marker. Let's just mine rocks. So yeah, we should have error. That's fine because we haven't finished yet. What we need to do is get the name of this rock here, so we know when we're near it. So let's go ahead and do a little script in here. Let's call this _list equals nearest. Let's do nearest terrain. Nearest terrain objects. The first parameter, if I remember correctly, is the position, which is going to be the position of the player. And let's do everything. So empty array will give you everything in 5 meters. And then let's hint a string of what we return from list, which is get the first thing in the list, which will be list select 0. So be selecting the 0, the first element in the array of the list, because this command here returns an array. Yeah, 3D model, yeah. Yeah, we can talk, see what we can come up with. I'm in the middle of a project of my own, but I'm thinking about making it a mod. But I already have a buddy that does 3D model. I do a little bit, but I wouldn't take on too big of a project. trying to read what that says. Fiscus? I can't read that. F-I-C-U-C. Ah, crap, I had to stand up. I'm kind of a little far from the TV, so. I mean, it just really depends on what you're talking about. I mean, you're talking about something I can do in a day, a week, 6 months. Or somebody, can anyone read that hint up there, that word is? F-I-C-U-S. F-I-C-F-U-S. S-C-2-D. Alright, C-2-D. Alright, I think that's what that thing says. Alright, so let's do basically that same thing we did in the debug console. We're going to get a list. Use terrain objects. Get position. We can't use player. Actually, probably could use player, but I'm going to use param 0. That's just getting the first index of the argument that we're passing in here. From here, the target. We're going to get all objects. We don't really need to, but let's get all within 5. And then the object. Not this, I'm sorry. It needs to be list. List select 0 be our object, and then let's make that object name. Equals. Yeah, let's use string. This I may have to redo this part right here, but I'm going to try to do it this way. Let's use split string and take those underscores out. And then if that word is in our object name, then let's exit with true, or we'll be returning true, which will tell this condition here true to add the show this add action on the player. Else we're just going to return false. What's up, Zamp? Alright, that's fine. Just send me a message in YouTube or whatever. I'll take a look at your list. Alright, that should take care of our error, and it should get us a working add action on the rock. I'll have to restart the mission. I'm going to step back. error. Undefined variable in target. So I could have been wrong about that. I could have swore target was a parameter it gave you. Special variable passes the code or target. It says I have target for a special variable, but it is telling me that I cannot use it. Since this script runs on the client, player should be valid. Oh, somebody requested to make a mining script, so I'm working on making that action, so when you're by a rock, you'll have a mine action. I just missed my script error. That's fine, we'll get it. Starting off errors right off the bat. What we got? Type bool expected string. Oh, you know what? I think I left a parameter blank. I'm sorry. This inside of this condition, it will compile it to code for you. It needs a string, just like this script over here for the action it calls is required to be a string. The same applies for your condition check. What type of server are you talking about? Alt is life. We can talk about it. Send me a link on YouTube. I mean, there's only so much projects I can do at one time. But I'm always open ears and I'll listen, and I can always help you out too if I can't do it like every day. But I got a mission I'm trying to get done as well. But I do a lot of side projects for like Wasteland and stuff like that. It won't be a problem. I'm trying to check my logs here. I'm seeing what this condition is returning. Tell you what, let's change this. Let's change that to player. Call make sure we get this right. Arguments, priority. Show window, yes. Hide on use. No shortcut. Our condition. And then radius and unconscious. Now this here should check every frame this condition is run. And if my name is here is right, which it might not be, we should see our add action. Do not want that. Alright. Something is going awry here. So there we go, get that action, but it's not working how we want it to yet. I wonder if it was working, I just didn't see it. Oh, hey Ox. I didn't realize that was you. I think something's wrong with my name. Let's run this again. So I'm going to look at this hint. FICUSC. FICUSC. D. That's lowercase d. Let's try this again. I believe N is case sensitive, so if you have a capital letter when it should be lowercase, it's not going to work for you. Alright, let's change this to a loop. Cycle through our list. Oh, why didn't y'all tell me that? I knew y'all saw that. You just watched me struggle here, missing an underscore. And that didn't even give me a freaking error. I don't know why I'm not seeing errors. Alright. Anyone got any suggestions? This one should be done here soon. So you now don't have an add action. You get close to a rock, and then you get the add action. You can change the distance, so you gotta be closer. Let's try 1.5. Alright, 1.5 may be too close. Let's change that back. Let's go to 2. There we go. I saw it there for a second. Another thing you can do is if there's other objects in the list, it could mess it up. So to make it work a little more, make it work better, you can take this list here, because that's an array, and let's loop through that list. And let's make a OB, it's called OBJs equals an empty array. We'll initialize that outside of this loop. And then we'll make, we can take that out. We can convert each element in this array here, which X is a magic variable. It will get each element of the list, and we'll append it to use that to create an array, an OBJ split string, and then we will make another array called names. I'm sorry, we already made one called OBJs, and let's add, use a pushback command and add each name. It's actually an array inside of an array to that list here, and then we'll make another for each loop where we will loop through our OBJs. If anybody needs me to explain anything better, I can elaborate as much as you'd like me to. And we'll check if that name is in X, and then we'll exit with true. Now that may just exit this loop, which would not be what we want. So I'm going to change this to 5. Help you out with what? Rob a bank? I mean, what are you talking about here? I don't know if I can rob a bank or not. I don't know if I've got that in me. I might. Maybe have a couple beers. I might be able to. The exit with may just be exiting the loop, which is not what we want. So what we can do is make a return value. Let's call it return. Set it to false. And then if that is in any of those arrays, we will take a return, set it equal to true. Otherwise, we will return false, which is already set. And there we go, got our action again, but we get it within 5 meters, you should get it. That should be fine. So we want to do something when we have that. When you hit it once, it goes away. So now, let's work on the function that it calls when we get it. Now we have different options here. First off, let's go ahead and get a position. Let's get this the position of the player. Oops, I don't want the position. Alright, let's do the position of the caller. And mining would be pretty random, so let's do a random number equals, let's do floor, so round it up, random out of 100. And then if rand is greater than, let's just say 60, we obviously can change this. Then let's say if it's greater than 80, you found something. So let's create an object. At position. Let's find something here. If you want to mod, you obviously can do your own thing for what you want to mine, was iron ore or whatever. Let's just do something stupid. Let's do God, look how long those names are. Land VR block 06. Yeah, it's for me. You can add me on Steam. As long as it doesn't get out of hand, I'll keep doing that. But land VR block. So that was land VR block 06 F. I think that's what it was. Then let's call this our block. And then with that variable, you can do whatever you want to with it. Just do an add action. And just do something with it. And now also, if you're mining, you want to do an animation too, more than likely. Just shoot me a message on YouTube, whatever, and I'll send it to you. It doesn't matter. Screw it. I'll send it to you. I saw a bird fly over as soon as I hit that. Alright, what we got going on? My name very well be wrong. Land VR block 06F. It doesn't matter. The case should not be case sensitive. I was just making sure I didn't put a 1 there. That's not what I want to do. Is that 06 or OF? That's 05. Opt 4 on your extreme. I don't know if you were talking about. Yeah, we're talking about life server. What would be like the rebels or something? Okay, that block was way bigger than I expected it to be. But there's that action on that. Well, there's some basic mining, and I'll leave it to whoever's interested to find the can't talk animation that you would like. You just go through here and just more than likely you'll find one in a cutscene or inventory. Maybe not inventory. Yeah, there we go. I think that's the one Altus uses. Altus Life Servers use right there for whatever. But for whoever's interested, I will take this, pop it over here in code share. Alright, what we got? Alright, well, there you go. There's the link to what you're looking for. WTF Gamers. That would get you started. Hopefully I got that to you before you left. Alright. Anyone else got any suggestions? I got some stuff I could do, but someone mentioned setting up an Altus Life server, but I don't know how exciting that would be. I think that'd probably be best to have its own video, because people who are interested in it could watch it. Alright, well, we can keep on rolling. I got still gathering stuff. I had someone mention a spike strip. Oh, did someone delete it? Someone may have deleted it. No? I'll have to sign up. Yeah, someone may have deleted it. Hold on. We got a troll out there. Someone blame it on. I'll do paste bin. That's what I was thinking about, is stripping live on that screen there, but then I was afraid there would people be playing around and messing with me. Should be the link there. There you go. Yeah, spike strip. Yeah, someone mentioned that. I think it was last stream I did, and I told them I would do it today. So we'll work on that. That shouldn't be too hard. I think I've done it before, actually. So we'll go ahead and use kind of what we got here. We'll just, if we need a condition, we can do that. But for now, we'll just have that as true. so it always shows. Or we can just take it out, but I'm going to leave that there just so I can add some there later if I want to. This is called a spike strip. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was actually working on a mod for that. This was probably a year or so ago, and I quit working on it. Alright, never mind. I don't want to type that in there. Not it's really that big of a deal, but I should have it. I know what I can do. To do seatbelts, you mean take the actual object of the seatbelt? But people don't usually fly out the car, so I don't guess it wouldn't be keeping them in there. But yeah, that meth thing, I had a there's a mod I was working on where I put items in the game. It's like that. I had to do a little research online to find out what you need to make it, and you can put it all inventory items so you can pick them up, put in your backpack, uniform, and then when you have the right supplies, you could set up a meth lab or whatever and do that. That was a mod I was working on, and I never finished it. Blindfold, yeah, I mean, that would be, I mean, so the player can't see. I mean, you can just do a title text for that. I mean, something like that, all you would have to do is, let's do 9999. Watch it not work. Told you. Just swore it was title text. Text type speed. So what's the deal? Yeah, I was monitoring the chat on a laptop, and the battery just died on it. So I'm going to have to keep clicking over to read the messages. There, blindfold. But obviously you would want to be able to blindfold another player, which that would be a fun script to do. Just the regular, making it black is easy, but the one making it so it's actually usable would be fun. But I think people are interested in the spike strip. So if I can get the spike strip done, and I'll keep that in mind, because that would be fun to show you guys, because that has to be called on the client that is being blindfolded. And it would have to be called from a user action or a GUI action from another player, which is local on their machine. So that would be kind of fun to show. Okay, well, he's got a point. So I don't have to do spike strips. What about blindfold? There already is a blindfold script on forums, okay? Well, I mean, the whole purpose I try to do on these scripts is to teach y'all how to do it too. So just because it exists doesn't mean I can't recreate it. And a lot of stuff I can, or in my opinion, I can do better than some of the scripts that are out there. It's my opinion, so no one freak out. How to install it? Yeah, I mean, installing is one thing. Coding is another. All right. Well, do you have any suggestions? Extremify. If you don't, hi, hi, Snake. What's up? Taking suggestions on scripts. I got 2 I can do right now, but I'm waiting to get some votes here. Hello. Custom HUD like food thirst and all that. I'm pretty good. How long have I been streaming now? Going on an hour. I might take a break here in a few minutes. It won't be long. I'll leave everything running. Op 4 for Altus Life. So you want to set up a whole new faction. So they already got blue for police. They got civilians. And then rebels is a civilian as well. If I remember, I don't play Altus Life that much, so you guys can excuse me. But Op 4, what would you want the Op 4? What would make them special? You have the Op 4 units, and you can easily just place them in the editor. But then you're going to have to initialize them and set up the database for them as well. Man, I can let y'all control the role-playing part of that, because see, that's going to involve, the only thing of that is I'm going to need a test bed for that. I would set up and do an init op 4. You should need some op 4 spawns. Some admin level stuff. These are macros. They're really not that complicated. Just try to make things look complicated. We really don't even need them in here. Usually it's just things that you do a lot. I mean, it makes the code look neater. See, I don't really understand why, but there could be a reason. But get C var, all he's doing is typing call in the variable here. Little subtraction thing here. I mean, to me, that's just as much typing as this is here. So I don't really understand. I like that one. That one saves you some typing. Whatever. set up an op4 faction. See, where's my server? My database. I guess I did that wrong. That's not the right one. That's not it either. Looks like I'm missing the SQL to set up the Altus Life. Yeah, I don't have it. I have to re-download it, I guess. And where did I get that from? Hey, you're talking to me or somebody else? I do not speak French. Yeah, see, I don't mess around with Altus Life that much. Just, I don't. I've done more of Wasteland. And making an op4 faction for Altus Life in this stream, I don't think is feasible because I do not have a server to get that going. I mean, I can start making some files and I probably could get pretty close without being able to test it, but I think that's going to be its own thing. Like Civ, I mean, that doesn't do much there. These get just different actions for civilians. I guess the op4 will have different actions. I'm guessing terrorist actions like IEDs and stuff like that. Let me just go ahead and download it all and I don't know if I want to stream that long, man. I was thinking like some fast scripts, you know. Learning SQL. Is that SQL or SQF? That is SQF. And just check out my my playlist. I have a thing to get you started on from the beginning, to explain variables and all that, local variables, global variables, and how to learn the commands. From the wiki page, I go up setting up CFG functions if you want to go that route, and then and start explaining scheduled and unscheduled environments. A little bit on GUIs, but I hate doing GUIs. I find them extremely boring. They're different loops. I mean, but it'll get you started. If you have any questions on any of the videos, just ask. I'll try to respond to any questions anyone has. I've got I did one script already. I'm waiting for some more. I don't think Op4 is going to be doing the Op4 faction on Alta's Life. I don't think that's going to be feasible for this stream. That's going to involve me setting up a database and getting all that running. And I don't think I want to do that tonight. Why am I doing with the cell phone? See, now I want GUIs. I don't want to do a GUI. Yeah, I got some GUIs I've already made. But why? I mean, that's... And why? I mean, that's just a event handler, display event handler. You just, when you press the Y button, it opens up. Here's my folder here, GUI Altus. What do I have? I don't know what this is. I have this folder sitting up here. Maybe talking about for a HUD, yeah. What would that involve? That heist. I'm talking about like some objects in a building where you run in and you capture the art, take the picture frames down and run off. See what this GUI Altus is. I think I said I was going to take a break. Okay. Let's see what we can do. See what we can do with that. Let's see what this GUI Altus is. It's a folder I made a while back. I don't remember what it was. Then art gallery. That might not be too hard. Actually, there should be some objects in game that we could use for that. Alright. GUI Altus. I don't see anything. I have no actions, so I don't know what even I made with this one. Dialogues, defines, functions. I don't see any init. Is there any objects on the map? I have no idea what I was doing with this mission file. I didn't mean to open it. That is not my handle. This must be somebody else's file. Yeah, this isn't even mine. Alright, but you want a heist. Let's go back to this one here. Which one was it? It's called Stream. Yeah, that's something to do with the server setup, the battle eye. You can check player's name, and if it's not a name you approve of, you can kick them. I think Snake. Alright. So, art gallery. Probably need a good sized building. Doesn't really matter. You can always put it where you want it. Now there's something for signs. Signs. Come on. There we go. Now, you could do some objects here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's look up some art. There we go. That's going to be the wrong resolution, though. Oh well. Come on, so many freaking mods. Go ahead and throw that in there. Oh, JPEG? I think you can use JPEG. If not, we can change that to a PAA. It's no big deal. Still haven't taken my break yet. Yeah, I'm getting mine all the time now because I took that condition out. I'm just running true on it, so I have it all the time. There we go. We got some art there. Which I would not do too many textures because you're going to really create a longer loading time on the mission. But we went away to steal it. We went away to... I should go in maybe like after hours or something, so we could lock the doors and maybe find a way that you have to break in. Just call this art. Let's just call it art. What do you mean by seatbelts? See, I don't understand seatbelts. You mentioned that before, but I don't understand the concept. Or you're just talking about making it look like they're wearing seatbelts in the vehicle. So we need to get that marker. So mark equals marker position. We call it art. And then let's get a list. It's called buildings. Mark. That is not right. Be house in 20 meters. We can lock the doors. Let's call our building I don't know why I keep putting this there. Let's select 0. So let's get the first building in that array. Should only be one in it anyway. And then for that building, we're going to want to get the variable door. I forgot the name of that variable. Lock doors and something I did earlier. I'm trying to remember where I had that at. I think it was like biz door 1. I think was the name of the variable. It just goes 1 through how many doors it has. If anybody knows, you can tell me real quick. Unlock and lock doors. All I need is the variable name. Of course, none of it's going to be on the description. Biz disabled door. That is it. Door 1. This one has, I believe this building has 4 doors in it. Oh, it's got more than that. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doors. We could lock all the doors, or we could go through and figure out which door these 3 outside doors are, and leave the inside doors unlocked. Have like maybe like a lock pick or some way to unlock the doors, and have that set off an alarm. This is set get variable. Let's run that real quick. See what errors I get. Bad thing about this is I don't know if 0 locks it or unlocks it, and I don't know which door it is. I would assume 1 would not be a door in the middle, but who knows? It could be. Is this kind of what you're thinking? You had in mind? If not, you can stop me and I can continue on. See, there we go. 1 is that door there. What is all this French? I do not understand French. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright. So, set up pictures. Lock the doors. Need a way to break in. So we need something to change that variable. What would you like? I'm going to take a few minutes and come back. I've been going over an hour now, but think about a way you would like it so player would have to unlock that door, and I'll check out what you think of when I get back. I'll be back in just a minute. Pop everything down here. Give me a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so you want to hack into their security system to unlock the door. Alright, so we would add somewhere where store, general store, or something like that, since this would be an Altus Life, where you buy a laptop. And we're not going to do all of it, obviously. But we'll get the laptop. There should be one with the Linux terminal. Those things, electronics. Electronics. Is that the one I want? Alright. Laptop. Let's name this. You know what? Let's do this more of a scripting way, because you won't be able to just throw a laptop on the ground. LAN laptop unfolded F. Alright, so let's maybe put that down before I forget it. LAN laptop unfolded F. So if the player has a laptop, we're going to add an action, which is probably in the Y menu. Add it to the list of things you have. Click the use button, whatever it is, and Altus Life. You can add this to one of those items. Let's just call this open laptop. We're just going to use an action for now. FN check. That returns true, so it's fine. A spike strip. We're not doing spike strip. We're going to do a hacking script. Alright, so when you use the add action, it's going to create that object, our laptop. At the player. I really don't want to sit it on the ground. Almost attach it to the player's hand, but that could be annoying too. Let's just sit on the ground for now. We can always clean it up later. But we're going to want to add an add action to that guy. It's an add action day. Let's run hack. Let's create a function called and lock doors. Let's just do this. I like to make sure I call it. Let's do a call FNC, oops, not FNC, sorry, biz FNC GUI message. Hmm. So you have to select, give you two options, run root, run your rootkit. I don't know. You can get creative in this as possible as you want, I guess. Title is going to be hacking then the we want an OK button. I think you can put what you want on that button here. Let's just have it default right now. Let's just run true. True. I think that gives you the cancel button. We can play with that a little more. So let's say you hit OK. We can make it a little more randomized, so you gotta play with it a little longer to get it to work. But let's just try to get it working right away, right now. Let's make this a art gallery. Make this a global variable. Right now this is only on the player, this is client side, so we would need to make this server side and broadcast it to the player, which wouldn't be too hard to do. In fact, it wouldn't be hard. So right now that door is locked, and obviously you'd want to lock the other doors in the back too, but that's just a matter of finding out what door number it is. Or you can just lock them all. There's a way you can loop through this and lock all the doors in the building without knowing which door number there is. Yeah, I mean, let's get it working first. If we want to make it more complicated and fun, we can do that. But let's just get it going for right now. So we got reference to our building here. So if you hit OK, we unlock the door. Did I forget anything? Okay, it's unlocked. Alright, so we're going to make it more complicated than that. I didn't even check if I had a cancel button, which I did. I think you can change the name. I mean, we can just override this function, make it how we want it. Or you just make your own GUI altogether. You can have different options. Let's see what this does. I think you can change the name of both buttons like that. We'll see. The door is locked. Test second. Yeah, so you can change the name, so you can have one or the other. So you could do a thing where run a. We have two options on which one you want to do, depending on how technically you want to get into penetration testing. But obviously, with your own GUI, you could do your own thing. But see, if you hit second, then it's not going to unlock. If you hit the other one, it will. But obviously, you'd want something that takes longer to get into. All right. Well, y'all want me to go further in depth in this? Should we set up on a dedicated? Do you want me to make it more complicated? Do you want me to try something else, different script? What do you want me to do? Yes, I do paid work. I never turn down money. Add a hint. What, like a hint to let you know the door is unlocked? I think it'd be cooler to have like a sound play so you know it's unlocked. But we continue with this. Depending on how complicated you get there, once you get it unlocked, you come in here and have the different objects, and you would add. We could add actions to them. Actually, you know what? Let's do. I don't know if I'm gonna do all that or not. Or you can pick it up and carry it. You gotta carry it somewhere. Caps lock on. Oh yeah. Yes. Unlocking. Vehicles, no. Um, you don't use this variable. This is for buildings. For vehicles, there's something else you use. I think it's locked. I don't have the wiki open anywhere. Might be something different than I thought. Maybe not. But yeah, you do a vehicle a little differently than you do buildings. What do I call that script? FN still. Params. The first one is going to be, let's just copy and paste this. So then we would take the target, which would be the picture, and we'll attach, if I can spell that word, we'll attach that to the collar. Let's do 0, 0, 0, and let's say right hand. Let's see if this kills kills the player. Then our laptop. There it is. There you go. Get it in your hand. Then you can run out with it. Then obviously you can add a player, set a variable to the player when he has the picture in his hand, so that you can drop it. Or maybe it's got a place you got to take it to sell it, maybe some black market or something. Sorry, my laptop's dead. I gotta keep switching back and forth. Alright. No, once you get a hang of it, it's pretty easy. A lot of it just remembering this different commands, but that's what the wiki's for. You just switch over there real quick and get it. But obviously, if you're going to put this on a server, you would have to do this a little differently. This, because we're in the editor, so everything, you are the server and the client when you're editing this environment. So when you get on dedicated server, you got to do things a little bit differently. One thing we can do, make this a little better, is, alright, let's do this. Be the target. And let's take the target, remove action ID. So we remove the steal action off the target once you pick it up. And then we attach it to the player. And then once you attach it to the player, you add the drop action to the player, and then we want to, once you drop it, you want to re-add the still add action. Select 3, add action, still, oops, be a single quote, and we want to call FN, that's going to be a single quote again, this call FN still. Let's reload this. I guess now we gotta break in again. Wait, oops, wrong one. Still. Now we got the drop add action, so we can drop it. It removes. I did not remove the drop action, so I gotta fix that. Wait, it should be able still. That's a little. Oh no, sign killed me. I saw that coming. What did I do wrong here? Target, remove action, ID. And then we add action drop, detach, and we do not remove. That's what we didn't do. We never removed the drop action, which would be this select 0, remove action, this select 2. Just learn. I mean, just learning syntax. It's just a matter of practice. You just learn why things work the way they do. Like you just learn the quotation marks, and you learn how different commands, learn the parameters different commands take. And then anytime you want a string inside a string, you know when to use single quotes. Or here I could also use double quotes, 2 double quotes. I can do that. And that. Now it'll work the same way as the single quote. But it's just a matter of practicing and learning. Making mistakes. Why can't I stand up? There we go. I hope this doesn't kill me. There we go. And then the drop action's gone, and then the steal action's back on the sign. But obviously this thing, keep in mind, if we were to put this on a server and we ran all this code on the client like we have here, these add actions are only going to be available to the client. Like this, the steal action on the sign. Actually, we'll have the steal action on the sign, but when you re-add the steal action, it's only going to be for the client that dropped the sign. So any other players on the server wouldn't have this. So you would just need to make an event handler on the server to call from the client here to add that action back on so that all clients can see it. Alright, I'm looking for some new ideas, or might finish up, but see what ideas we come up with. Oh, see you, man. I got you on Steam. I'll talk to you later about that. So I see you, Zamp. ID card, yeah, I could do that, but you're gone, so maybe later. What language? The script? You mean it's Arma scripting language? Any ideas? Anybody want to see anything? Don't. Is there anything that somebody doesn't understand that would like to understand better? Please keep GUIs out of this. I hate doing GUIs. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I could do that. What else we got though? A keybind. Yeah, try to keep me away from the GUIs. That's a good idea. All right. All right. The only thing about that is sounds are it would have to be on the server because if you play it on the client, only the client will hear it. But I can do that. I can run a dedicated server. We're gonna need a sound though. I really don't want to start pressing these sounds. All right, let's just go with common. All right, that'll work. MP3. Let's move this to the desktop. Yep, I'm going there. You're right. All right, so we need. I don't think you can play MP3 in Arma, so we need to fix that. We need to go fix the type of file this is. Make sure I spell that right. And I'm going to export it as a OGG. Alright. So we want a key binding. So let's take, let's wait until not is null. Let's just find the main display. What did I spell wrong? a little quicker. I'm gonna grab my code right here. Display add event handler. That's part of the mission I'm working on. Alright, so key down. We don't want any of this. First off, what key do we want to use? Alright, you know what key you want to use? Did you see how I did that? I just use Audacity to convert it. Let's use the Q button. Let's find out what Q. Oh, I got something on there wrong. I gotta take that out. No, I can't use Q. Let's use J. Alright, J it is. Let's use the new way of doing it. I don't quite remember how to set this up. We'll figure it out real quick though. What was Control C made for if you weren't supposed to use it? Class add-ons. We don't have class add-ons. Name of sound. We're not using that. This is with an add-on. We're not using an add-on, so we can use mission root. So we should be able to just type in the name of our image or of our sound. OGG. And we're going to name it. Is that what I named it? Sound part. Sound part. Oh, let's give it a try. button. Oh, got an error. What is it got? Error type nothing. What? So I don't think this is the error. I don't think 36 is supposed to be a string either. Did I save that? Yeah. My game is not playing through my headset, it's playing through the TV. But may play sound is messy if G's isn't right, I guess. Description. Oh, yep, okay, never mind. That's the problem. There we go. The only problem with that is it's client side, but you can change that. Alright, so that's how you do that. Now do you want me to show you how to do it on a dedicated, or do you want to see something else? Yeah, it worked. Oh. You didn't hear it? What? Oh, my sound effects isn't turned up. That's all up. You just want to hear it again. Alright. Y'all want to see that going on Deddy, or we'll... Alright, Deddy. I'll do it on a Deddy. Crap. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that folder. Close some of this stuff I'm not using. enough stuff open. Alright. Time is it? A little after 11. I believe there's a function already for progress bar. Let's do a little quick search. I think I saw a link that might work. May not be in this file, but I know there's. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere. Alright, so let's do this. Might not need to get. Let's just get. Let's just say units. Now, if you just play a sound on the server, don't think that would work. But I'm going to try it. So I wonder. So you probably want a 3D sound too, and this may play everywhere. So we probably need to fix that too, make it 3D. Let me get the syntax of that. I don't know that one off the top of my head. Arguments global, effects global. Effects are global. Might not have to run it on the server. Okay. So you don't have to. Well, we'll do it anyway. File name, sound source, inside, sound position. Well, hopefully all those are optional. Optional. So all we need is file name and sound source, which would be the player. Alright, so I got numlocks on or off. But it said arguments gotta be global, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Oh well, let's try it. Password is test. Actually, it's only one player anyway, so y'all won't be able to connect anyway. I can fix it if we all need to jump on something. We can. I'm in South Carolina. Yeah, I could do that, but I could do the progress bar. I think there's a function, or we can try to do that. Setting up a database, position, weapon, and all that. I'm doing that right now. I have, why is the server not up yet? Right now I have a mission I'm working on. And I'm saving all this information right now. It's not too hard. It's a bit of a learning curve though, but once you get it, it's not too bad. It's almost 11:30. I don't know if I want to get into that. That may have to do a video on that itself. That'd be kind of like the Op4 thing. It would take a bit of time. Why did I take a screenshot of the sky? I'm running my desktop background is through my Arma 3 screenshots, so I'm waiting for this. I don't know why this mission's taking so long to get started. My problem with this, if it is playing client, I'm running it on the server, so we should know if it works or not. error. Art gallery. How the hell is that undefined? I didn't save my mission file, so that's why that's undefined. Not hearing nothing. It's gotta be a global position. You know what? That's gonna make it kind of a pain. But this is climbing. Get somebody to jump on and see if this runs for everybody or not. If this plays over the network, then good. We are good. That would probably play for every player. Oh man. Oh, well, let's try that. I need to get another person down here. Alright, how many people want to slot on the server? This is Arma Scripting. It's its own thing. Alright, let me put some slots down here. Let me redo real quick what I didn't save. I think that's what I called it, isn't it? Art. Just gonna do this real quick. What format was that in? JPEG. Alright, so we need some slots. Whatever, I don't know how, whatever. We need to see if this sound is global or not. Players, I'm afraid if it is, it may play this at every player. There's a way to fix that. See, I'm not too familiar with life servers, I guess, because I don't know what you mean by grade. It looks like you're adding something with a modded weapon. Is that if you're a certain level rebel, you can have a certain gun? Is that what you're trying to do? Images.jpg. Whatever. I'm not hearing the sound at all. Oh, I was looking for an object. I thought you put the position in there. No? Alright. Whatever. So say false. And then position player. Default 1. No max distance. So that means you hear it all across the map. So I don't really see why that didn't work. If it did, I just didn't hear it. That's what I'm thinking. I think what you need to do with that is that if you need to pass it, that if it is inside, make the sound. So I don't think it's going. If you go inside, it's not going to change what you have that set to. You're going to have another way of handling that. You probably can make a function that you place inside there that returns true or false, whether he's inside or not. But yes, you could do that. So that's when you're inside it echoes. Supposedly. Come on. I think I'm starting to lose some energy here. Alright, so J is not a good button to use. See, that door's not locked either. Am I editing the right mission? Alright, you move some of this to server. See if that locks the door now, since it's on the server. Then this won't unlock it, but for the player maybe. think when they take another break, I'm losing energy fast. I was gonna let y'all join, but I wanted to at least get the sound, just so I can hear the sound. I'm definitely not hearing it at all now. I've messed something up. Alright, so it's either locality issue, or it's an issue with my syntax. File not found. Alright. It should not need a backslash there. Or I have to put the whole mission root in. Yeah, that's right. I knew that. How did I do that before? You need the whole path. You need the whole path to the mission file. I forgot about that. I had that code somewhere. Killzone Kid has a way to do that easily. I don't remember what it was. Was mission root. Oh, okay, that's right. Alright, so we're going to steal some of his code. So, I didn't think that was right. Let's put this down here where I can see it. This file is just getting the file name of the this file here, but it goes to your whole directory. I believe I need that on the server though. No, that's fine. On the client, yeah, the client's fine. And -8, I don't think -8's going to be right. We have to change that, but we'll test it. I bet we can do it without the CFGs. Sorry, I didn't expect to run into this problem. Probably lost all the viewers now. Sorry. Let's see, we got participants. See, they're all gone. I don't think that's accurate anyway. Is anyone still there? Let's jump over here. That's all right. All right, we should be cooking with gas now. Alright, hello. Hold on 1 second and I'll let you know. Oh, you're talking to the extreme. Sorry. Still nothing. This is my app data. Init player. Alright, so we need to back out. Why is there an L in there? So we need to go back. Oh, look, okay, we need to go back 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We need to go back 20. Let's change this to 20. Or we could just move this to, yeah, that's fine. 20 would be good. I think I need to limit my streams to like 2 hours. I think after 2 hours I start fading. Are you running a modded Armor Life or is it a Altus Life? Come on. There we go. Alright. See if this door is locked now. Nope. I didn't put a toggle on here. I set it to unlock it, so. But whatever. Alright, who wants to jump on and see if this sound is playing over the network or not? Hopefully someone that doesn't live across the country, across the world. Oh, it's a test. Yeah, alright. Alright, hit it. I think it's getting quieter. Maybe not, maybe it's staying right with me. I don't know if it's playing on. I can't tell if it's plays on everyone. Hold on, stay back there. Hold on, stay back there. I want to see how far away. I don't know if it's playing on me too when you hit it. I'm stuck in a tree. Alright, hit J. That's definitely quieter. Alright, I'm gonna hit mine. Yeah, I think it works pretty good. Just you can run it on the client. I don't have to run it on the server. This is ridiculous. Alright, who we got over here? It's you can set it up to have like random sounds, so play random burp or whatever, random part. Yeah, I guess that's worth something that you make when you go inside. What's up? I think inside is it echo? Probably not. You just gotta probably do that condition thing I was talking about. Yeah. You're gonna try to kill me with the sign. So yeah. I knew that was coming. Alright, so hello, Alpha Team. Alright, so we got, yeah, I don't have revive set up, so you guys are screwed. Alright, so that works fine. The sign killed everybody. So we can detect if the player is in the building or not. And I need to make it so that the door is locked by the server. So I don't understand why it's not. But I think that's about it for tonight. What can I make? Yeah, you can do that. There's I guess you can't spam it. You could make a global variable. You can make an event handler on the player. One way, there's a couple different ways you can do it, but you can make a global variable that check if it's true or false, and when the sound is played, in here you would set it to true, and then have it handling with a event handler that waits a certain amount of time before it sets it back to false, and then only allow it to play the sound if it's false. So there's a couple ways you can go around to doing that, but yes, that would be possible. So you could do that, and then you could also maybe change this to a random sound, so that's not always just a fart. It could be a burp or whatever, and then add in the condition here, function here, to return true or false, whether you're in a position or whether you're close to a building or not. And that's pretty much all you would need for that. And probably J seemed kind of, I didn't like using J because it makes it so you get your mouse if you double tap it. And see, asleep wouldn't necessarily work because every time you hit J, it's going to play this. So if you have like a sleep, if you put like a sleep in here, like a sleep 1 second, every time you hit it, it's going to sleep 1 second and then play that. It's not going to be a second apart. It's just going to be as fast as you hit it. So what you do is, if not, play sound. If not, let's do is not sound playing. I don't like using long variable names because it kind of hurts performance, but we'll do it just for clarity. So if this is false, play sound. Come down here and do sound playing equals true. And do now you can do a UI sleep. Five seconds, and then equals false. That's not gonna work. Let's do change. Let's wait till my name. Let me check something here. Everybody get my IP. Admission. Oh, that's different than how I remember doing it. So I thought you could add it to the mission namespace. Alright, whatever. Oh, I'm thinking the wrong thing. Sorry, I told you I need to stop streaming after freaking 2 hours. It was add scripted. That's not right. Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm getting confused at what I was doing. Alright, this is probably the last thing. I'm going to finish this up and then I'm going to call it quits. Because I'm struggling all of a sudden. Can I put code or string? Code. It says code, okay. sound playing equals false. Let's do UI sleep. 5 seconds. I think this will work. Let's do diag. Tick time. If it doesn't work, oh well, I think I'm about done. Alright, and the guys that needed something specific, I think I got you on Steam. I'll talk to you sometime. But I'm having trouble keeping up with the stream now. I'm so tired. But I got a couple projects done. Hopefully people saw some stuff they needed to know. Hopefully this doesn't work. Hopefully this works. I don't have to leave on a freaking bad note. But maybe give me something to work on. I bet you I didn't initialize that variable. I didn't. Ah, crap. Hold on. Let's do this right here. Hello. More people are joining as I'm finishing up. I'm going to try to do this every Saturday night. Y'all can think of some ideas. I'm going to get as much in as I can. The bigger ones, maybe I'll try to do a video for, add it to my playlist. And then the bigger projects, you can just hit me up and we'll see if we can work something out. What's my Steam name? It's I barely remember that right now. I'm so tired. There we go. I'm hitting it and it's still not making the sound. Hopefully in 5 seconds. it'll work again. Actually, probably 5 seconds after the last time you hit it. So I'm gonna wait a few. Let's go ahead and hack the computer. I think it's probably been about 5 seconds by now. And it doesn't work. That's fine. Well, we'll fix that later. But as of right now, you can't spam it. You can just do it once. So, halfway done. But I'm going to go quit from there. Anyone got anything they want to say before we go? Let's close y'all out. Alright. I'll be looking for you. Good night. If I can click on this, I was going to type it. I'm going to leave the chat open for a minute. I'm going to close the stream while everything crashes on me.